Well, Trenton, we're going to get into our news of the week, and who brings that news of the week to us?
I'm glad you asked. Eagle Mortgage, Holly Schneiderwind and her team at 112th and Davenport, they are 114th and Davenport. They've been doing it for well over 30 years. They are a mortgage broker, which means they're not beholden to one bank or a certain group to finance your home, your refinance, your new home. They do an amazing job, and just give Holly a call or check her out online at eaglemortgagecompany.com, and they will take care of you.
eaglemortgagecompany.com. Well, first up on the news today, we're going to talk about Eppley Airfield, which set an annual record for passenger traffic in 2024 with 5,277,326 travelers flying through the airport. That, according to the Airport Authority, that breaks the previous record of just a little over 5 million. That was set back in 2018. The new milestone is a 5% increase over the previous year, which was 2023. Trent, I'd say this is very encouraging.
Now you know why we're getting $1 billion worth of expansion and getting our airport totally redone.
Well, and, that construction has been going on all year in one way or another. I mean, the terminal expansion project only started partway through the year, but that front drive and canopy project has been underway since last year or since 2023. And these numbers are really high, despite the fact that people have to go through roadblocks and barriers and construction entrances to get into the building.
Well, and kudos to the Airport Authority, and they've been on our show. They have done a wonderful job, and even I can figure out how to pick somebody up or drop somebody off. It's pretty smooth. You just got to pay attention to those signs, and it'll only get easier, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, and then if you haven't been to the airport lately, next time you're there, look through some of the windows. It's kind of hard to see the construction from a lot of points of view because so much of the old or current airport building has been kind of sealed off because of construction. But there are a few places in both the south terminal and the north terminal where you can see what's going on. And there are all sorts of steel beams going up. And, this airport, when it opens, and it won't be fully done until 2028, but we'll be using part of the new terminal as early as next year. This thing is going to be about double the square footage.
Yeah, and what's interesting, if you go to anything, well, on the south side where let's see who's over there,
American and
Delta, that Cracky McGee's or whatever is now there's a temporary convenience store, food, restaurant type places. Not too fancy, but it does the job.
I feel bad for whoever owned Cracky McGee's because there has been so much blowback and celebration with Cracky McGee's closing for good, and because they're going to be replaced with more brand names.
I never saw it open when I traveled quite a bit.
Oh God! Yeah, it was. I no offense to Cracky McGee's in the South Terminal, which is gone now, but it was the only choice. And you're like, oh, other airports have sit-down restaurants, or they have a brand name you've heard of, and in Omaha we're stuck with Cracky McGee's.
Well, they're going to make up for it.
Yeah, great new tenants are on the docket for the new project. All right, we have an update for some projects at 132nd and Fort Street. A lot of Omaha listeners have been writing in and saying, what's going on there? What's going on there? Well, a couple things. Southeast corner, there's a gas station, but just to the east of that gas station, construction is wrapping up on Koala Wash, another car wash.
Yeah, we need those.
That's a locally owned.
It's a liquid business.
A new startup, and it will open first quarter this year, it appears. And then on the south side of that gas station, 4010 Courts. The number's 4010 Courts, a 12,000 square foot building that'll have 2 courts for basketball and volleyball. It'll be year-round training. Looks like it's part of Nebraska Basketball Academy, and it'll be for kindergarten through 12th graders. Looks like opening there should be pretty much any day now.
Speaking of car washes, Jeff, on West Maple, there's an IQ car wash, which is the development we did, the Thompson Mile West, but also Ray Anderson on 114th south of Dodge. That Anderson Amico has an IQ car wash. It's the technology behind it. It's touchless. And that's where I go a lot to get my car washed.
So IQ is not a company per se. It's a brand of equipment or technology.
Yeah, it's a franchisee or licensee rather on West Maple, and then Ray updated his tunnel wash at 114th south of Dodge, south of Davenport. That is too, and it's awesome.
Well, we do love Anderson Convenience Market on this show.
Absolutely,
they do a fantastic job. Another company we like is Hubble Realty Company. They are making progress on Sagebrook, a 264-unit multifamily project northwest of 96th and Giles in La Vista. It's a $55 million project. It will have apartments, it'll have rental townhomes, plus all the usual amenities that you would expect from a very nice suburban complex, even a dog park. Completion is planned for late 2025. Coming along pretty well.
At least we're getting a lot more apartments, all kinds of different types of apartments, subsidized, market rate, downtown, suburban. All indications are that we need more apartments and we also need more housing.
Well, and that's just it, because a lot of people will say, oh, we're building too many apartments, or we're sick of all these rental units, or whatever the case may be. But people build what supply and demand tells them to build. And we have a housing shortage here. We have a housing shortage of single-family houses. And believe it or not, we don't have enough apartments. Yeah. We're going to build what the people need. And if we need more apartments, developers are going to fill that void.
And people ask, well, why are we getting so many more housing units? Is population growing? And we've reported that it's usually just under 1% population growth, Jeff.
Yeah.
And
it was a little higher in the last year.
So people age out, they move out of their parents' basement. I feel sorry for those people in parents' basements, because some people get the real old bedrooms that they grew up with that are just in their parents' house. But when they move out, they may need a house or an apartment. Also, divorce is actually a good economic driver when it comes to housing and things like that. I'd rather have in-migration, people immigrating into Nebraska and Omaha.
Nebraska is not doing well with in-migration. Omaha is doing okay, but needs to do better. But the state of Nebraska, we have a negative when it comes to domestic net migration every year, and we need to change that.
So we're taking people off the farms in smaller cities?
Yeah, so basically what happens is the people come from the farms in the small towns. They work their way up to Lincoln, then they work their way up to Omaha, and then some of them leave. And so it's like Omaha is almost kind of like a portal to pull rural people out of the state. But thank God a lot of them stay in Omaha. We need a bigger percentage to stay in Omaha.
When it comes to employment professionals, I like the theory, and I think it's more than a theory. And the headhunters say when it's really hard to get top talent to move into Omaha, but it's even harder to get them to move out, which says a lot.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, that second part. All right, that's your news of the week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.